Going on, guys? Welcome, Rabid here, and now we have it. The web wallet as well as the GUI wallet for the Zephyr audit is now available. So I'm going to show you how to get this done with the GUI wallet. Yesterday we just showed you how to do it with the CLI wallet. All I had to do was wait one more day and I could have just put them all in one video. So anyway, so there's the download here. So let's just go through everything. There's a quick guide here. And if you have any issues submitting the audit transactions, try auditing several audits with smaller amounts. Now what this comes down to is UTXO transactions. We went through it a little bit in the CLI wallet there version. And this means if you are a miner and you are getting small daily payouts from a mining pool and stuff, over time, it fills that block space and transaction fee. So after X amount of time, you're not able to send large lumps of sums to an exchange or this audit for this instance and so on. So it's always better to take slower, larger payouts over time, like once a week, once every couple weeks or whatever, things like that, instead of small daily outcomes. That way it does give the ability to send large sums later on, especially when coins start to pump. You don't want to go through and keep sending, small amounts of coins over and over and over again, because it does become a pain in the butt. Anyway, let's get this done and try auditing the rest of my coins in the GUI wallet. All right, so coming into the GitHub, we can see Zephyr protocol version 2.1.1. If we scroll on down here, we can see Zephyr wallet version 2.1.1 Windows. This is the CLI wallet right here. The GUI wallet is the one that doesn't say CLI. So simply click on that and download it. All right, so once you do download that, simply extract it, bring it up, and then run it. So we're going to come into Zephyr here. Run this file. Yes, more info. Run anyway. We're going to have to pick our wallet. So select our wallet. It should have everything here, especially if you've previously been running the GUI wallet. Now I'm going to have to enter my password. So that should be it. So we're going to open that. I almost hit the show button. That would have been bad. So there we go. Now it's going to connect. So I don't see anywhere where we have to delete any data or anything and start from scratch and zero like we did have to do with the CLI wallet. I imagine this is because this is going to remote nodes, which is on the chain already. Now, I do believe if you go into settings, you could probably go in and connect this. Well, you'd have to do a disconnect and reconnect, but I think you could just put this to your CLI node as well, which ultimately on the main chain, that's kind of how I used to do it anyway. That's how they expect you to do it for Monero. If you want the most amount of privacy, is run the GUI wallet through your own node. And right now though, we're just going to go with the remote node, make it nice and easy for you guys. But that option to run your own node through the CLI, you can link this to it in case that's something you want to do. But we're just going to go into balances here, and we got to wait for this to fully sync up. Then we'll go through all the audit stuff. All right, so we are in the wallet. We did audit 500 coins the other day in the CLI wallet, so it doesn't seem to be showing that. There is an audit tab right here, so once we're in there, you can see it's pretty easy to pick your coins at this point. You don't got to look for commands. We're doing Zeph unaudited versions here, and yeah, all that stuff. So I'm going to come back into here, show details, and it says total balance, unlocked balance. So interesting here. Now I'm going to resync my wallet just to make sure. So if I'm going to come into here, and you can see sync status sync network, I'm going to go to advanced. This is the current block height, refresh height 0. So I'm just going to rescan my entire wallet and see if that does change anything. So I'm going to hit the rescan button. Rescan wallet, detect and clears transactions. Refreshing your wallet will force it to rescan the blockchain. This process detects and clears stuck transactions and also prevents you from using the wallet until it's complete. To begin the process, click refresh. So I'm going to do that and we'll see what happens. All right, so I did let that run overnight and then I woke up and it was complete, but everything looked the same. So at that point, I did shut it down and restarted it. And now it looks like we're trying to sync again because it didn't keep up in sync, but it's not going past this. So we were in sync. I rescanned the blockchain and everything from my wallet from 0, and now it's not syncing up. This could be due that the seed node for the network is not keeping up to everybody trying to download off the GUI. So what I'm going to try now, and normally guys, this should work. You just let it sit and it will start syncing. But in this case, because, I want to show you both ways. So every way will work, but in order to get this is something I mentioned earlier, connect to your own node. So right now I'm going to leave the remote network and connect to my node in the CLI, which I kind of have hanging out right here. So let me see, I'll bring that up right quick. So if I can find it, there we go. So you can see my node is in sync here. This is what we did with the CLI wallet in that video yesterday to do our audit. So I'm going to connect my GUI wallet to my node and we'll see if we can sync up much faster. And just for reference, I do want to point out, we can see where I am stuck. So I'm at 482,185. It's been sitting here forever. It's not doing anything. So the syncing process is not working. So what I did do is I went over to where my node box and everything is, and I did install the GUI wallet, and we can see it is syncing the wallet now. It's not fully in sync. We got to wait for that to fully get in sync here. And it is in fact connected to my daemon here. So the way you can check that also, you go into settings and you can see I am connected to my remote node, local Zephyr node, where on my workstation, you can see it is saying it's connected to the Zephyr remote node, not local node. So local node means I'm connected to my daemon. And if you still don't believe me, if I come in and I actually close down my daemon right here, I'm also going to close down my wallet. And if I open this up again, when I try to load it up, it's going to say not connected to your wallet. So I'm going to come into here, put in my password. And then once it does open, it will say no daemon is running, cannot connect. It'll be a bunch of red. See, no connection to daemon. Nothing is happening here because I did shut it down. So if I just bring this back up again, and I will find wherever I did put that. So I think documents, nope, documents, node, Zephyr, and then Zephyr D. There's my firing it up again. And then bam, as soon as I fired up my daemon, wallet will now begin syncing again. So it is in fact connected to my own local daemon, and it does seem to be syncing here. So now I'm just going to wait for this to fully sync and we'll continue on. All right, guys, so now here is my 500 audited coins that we did do in the previous video using the CLI wallet. If I come in here, we can still see the remote node on my workstation PC is not connecting and not updating, still stuck at the exact same block. And I did restart this a couple times. It's just not working. But here, connected to our own local node, we are all fully in sync. All the numbers are correct and everything is good to go. So now I can continue on and do the rest of my coins in the GUI wallet. And another thing to point out, and this is being pushed 100% on Monero, the XMR platform, is they want pretty much everybody that can to run your own node and link your wallets to your own node. That is the highest way to get the most amount of privacy out of your coins, and it's also the most secure for you. And then you also, as decentralization, and you do not have to rely on, the main centralized nodes to run all your platforms. So obviously here, key to decentralization, running your own nodes, and you can see we are having more success doing that in this case. So there we go. We're all set up now. Now, if you want to run your own node, check out my CLI wallet video. You have to run the node in order to use the CLI wallet. So now we're moving forward here. Now, before I do that, I actually want to come back to balances, show details, just so you can see everything. So this is all my total balance that is unaudited. So my original Zeph coins, and we got to turn it all into the audited Zeph, which will be the new Zeph coin here. So coming into audits here, let's start with something like, I guess, 100. Let's see if 100 works. Enter amount, 100. Address default, the primary count, I guess. Let's go to that. And then hit the preview button, see if anything happens. It is spinning away, so we'll see. Okay, we're getting a confirmation here. So it looks like it might allow me. Confirm transaction details. It'll take 20 minutes for all the confirmations. Confirm that. Let that go through and see if we allow this 100 Zeph to be audited. Complete. So there we go. We can see the 100 is pending. So we just got to wait for this to, finalize and everything. But it looks like we just audited 100 coins. Now I wonder if it's going to let me audit the entire bunch or not. So I am back in my audit tab. I'm going to hit max and everything popped up here. So all addresses, I'm going to go back to primary count again. I'm going to hit the preview button. And it's not letting me hit the preview. Oh, daemon response not include the request real output. So this might be an issue where we might be waiting for it to actually confirm the other one, or this is too high based on, like I said, mining payout. So I'm going to drop it a bit and see if that error gets fixed. So I'm going to try 200 this time. Everything's popping up there. Let's do a preview. Let's see if this allows 200. So that's not allowing it to go through. So there's another thing I do want to try. I want to restart my wallet because with my CLI wallet, I did notice there were some small glitches. So let's do that. Okay, so I restarted my wallet, logged back in. We can see we have that extra 100 here. We're now at 600 audited Zeph. So now I'm going to go back into the audit tab. Let's try max right now. 657, 657. I'm going to go primary account. Let's just run the preview here. So it's not letting me click it. So I'm looking like I'm having an error. I'm going to go to a smaller amount. Let's just go to 100 again. See what happens there. Primary account is here. Preview. Let's see if that goes through. Waiting. Oh, it looks like, there we go. It's going to go through. So it's just because I have too many coins. So again, I have to use the smaller amount in order for this to go through. So I'm just going to confirm that. And then we went through another 100. Now I would recommend looking on things. Oh, it looks like failed. Comet transaction was failed here. So, was I in this? What's going on here? I think I went to the wrong thing. Now I got to look back at my video and see if I messed up. Make sure you're on the proper one here, obviously. Zephyr here. I don't know why that was changed. Maybe I accidentally hit that. So I just want to come back into here. Go back into my audit. Zeph. Okay, 100. Let's just try this again. 100. It didn't auto pop up that time, so that's weird. Go to the preview button. Might have to do a wallet restart. Looks like you're gonna have to do some things here, but looks like we might not have to here. So I'm gonna hit this and see if this one goes through. No, we're still getting failed to commit tax transaction, was rejected by Damon. And now this popped back up again. Why is it going to this? So this is very, kind of being a little bit of a pain. I'm gonna restart it one more time and only go with the 100. All right, so we are restarted again, and now I'm just going to go with the 100. So 100 Zeph, 100. So we're coming from 100. We're swapping it to 100 Zeph. I'm going to pick my primary asset account. I don't think you really need to do that, but I'm doing it anyway. Now I'm going to go to preview and see if this works. Okay, we're going to apply that. Confirm. Now, is it going to allow this transaction to go through? Or maybe I got to wait for the other one to actually finish confirmations and stuff. Okay, that actually went through. So we might just have to restart it every time. So we got the 100, audit, balances. I'm going to try it one more time. I just want to go through everything I'm doing to showcase you guys. Now, I'm assuming it's going to mess up right now and you're going to have to restart your wallet. But I want to confirm that by doing that while I record. So I'm going to go 100 again, as we do know this is working. 100, primary account, preview here. And let's see if it allows us to do any back-to-back transactions of 100 Zeph or not. We're going to get an error. Let's see. Oh, that one actually let me go through. So we did do 2 in a row. So that's actually awesome. So let's just continue going until it blows up. Actually, 186 is left. I'm going to go 100. 100. Oh, it's picking it up now. So maybe now when it does that is an issue. Maybe we don't want it to do that. And that's where we run into the issue. So let's find out if that's a bug or not. Hit the preview. Try this again. Is it going to go through? Oh, now we're having an issue. So at this point, looks like I got 2 to go through. Now I'm going to restart my wallet again and see if we can finish this up. All right, so it looks like we have 800 Zeph audited here. Let's come into here. Everything's looking good here. So let's go 100. And it read it out. So we might have an issue. I'm really interested about when sometimes it takes it, because it seems like it doesn't want to work when it auto fills in. So we might have to just be waiting a little bit longer for our previous ones to go through. But enough of me talking all the time. Let's just try to preview and see if it actually works here. So yeah, confirm. Are you going to go through? About to find out. No, it did not. So I think we do have to wait a few seconds after each audit. So I'm just going to go through at this point and see if I figure it out or not. And, every time it looks like you get into an error, just shut down your wallet, wait a couple minutes, turn it back on, and it should work. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll cut back when I'm complete and confirm if it went that way or not. All right, so I'm coming up to one of my last audits here finally, and there's some things I want to point out just to make it simpler for you guys so you don't have to do all the messing around that I did myself. So as we can see, we have a pending one. I'm waiting for this to go through. If we come into my balances, it hasn't gone down. This should be about 157. And if I go into my audit, you can see it does not match that right here. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is after each one, sometimes they'll let you go right away again. Other times you're going to have to wait for the other one to full 20 minutes to actually confirm on the blockchain before you can do it again. So I'm going to come to my audit here, and these should match up. So this 257 should drop to 157, and then this should be 157 also. But to keep an eye on how much time is left, just go into your history right here. Click on that. It takes a few seconds, and then it's still pending here, 100 to come out. So once that's done, everything should adjust, and then you're gonna have to wait the full 20 minutes if it doesn't allow you to do your audit again in this. So in my history, that recent transaction is right here. It's saying 20 minutes until it locks up. So can I do another one? Let's find out. If I come into my balance, I have 157.24 Zeph. Audit, they're not lined up, so therefore it's not going to let me do it. I'm going to try it anyway just to show you guys. It's turned into a long video of a whole bunch of running around here, but I just want to show you guys, because you're all probably running into a lot of issues. Day one, when this first released yesterday, there were no issues. Today there's a lot of issues happening. So now going to 100 here, we're going to come in primary account, and then I'm just going to run the preview here, see if anything pops up for it. But again, I don't think it's going to work because our balances are not lining up. We're going to have to wait the full 20 minutes, restart our wallet, and then go from there. So just waiting. Yeah, it's taken way too long. It should have done something, an error or something by now. It's just not even moving forward. So I'm just going to wait 20 minutes, restart my wallet, and continue on. All right, guys, mission complete. I have successfully audited all of my Zeph coins. If we come into the history here, we can see all the transactions I went through. There is a slight delay, but let's kind of go through everything I did. Now, I could have just edited everything out and said simply restart your wallet every once in a while, and it's easy to do. So I wanted to record everything in my process of using this and using it to my own node, because the remote nodes obviously were not working here. So again, guys, always run your own nodes if you run into issues, and it's recommended to do it for any chain for more decentralization and your own privacy and all that stuff like that, depending on the chain and stuff on the privacy side. Anyway, so I started off here with the CLI wallet the other day here. I tested with 100, then it let me send 400. The rest were all done in the GUI. So I had to do 100, 100, 100, 100. Then, it's quit working on me. So I tried 10 and went to a lower number. That worked. Then I did 30, 35, 35. As I was getting lower, I had to start using less and less. So then I got to 20, to 20. And then my last final one was the remaining coins of 7.1. So play around lowering your transactions depending if it's not working or not. It did seem like I did have to wait for everything to go through. If I go into, I was in my history. What am I talking about? So I'm going back into that here, but you have to wait for your full 20 minutes. So sometimes I had to wait for it. Other times I didn't. So if an issue happens again, always keep trying smaller amounts. If it's not working, then just wait for all your previous transactions to go through and say completed here, which takes about 20 minutes, and then retry it all again. And some wallet restarts in between should fix it as well. But that is the GUI in a nutshell. I apologize for such a long video, but I did want to show you the steps that I went through to finally get this done. All right, so before I do wrap this up, there's one more thing I would like to point out here. Fenzar gave me a link to other remote nodes that you could use. As you can see, I'm back on my workstation. It says I have to audit all my coins again, which is not the case. It is all done, but we're syncing wallet and we are still stuck at that same block height. So there's actually other remote nodes that you can use. So I'm going to disconnect from this one, come into here. Now we're going to use a custom node. So I'm going to scroll down, and here's the list. This is at zeph.network/nodes, and you can use one of these nodes and try this for yourself. So I'm going to try a hash vaults node here for an example. So I'm going to copy that, bring up my wallet here. I'm going to paste this into here. So we're going to get rid of the port. So 17767, 17767. So we're just going to get rid of it from here. And now we're going to try to connect to that node and see wallet is connected, node's hash vault, wallet is syncing. So I almost wish I had this earlier, but we're going to see if we actually begin our syncing process. Right now it's not connected. It is saying it's connecting. So we're going to have to wait a little bit and try to get connected here. I thought it said connected, but it's saying connecting. All right, so it did say wallet is syncing. It said it's connected. So now I'm just going to wait a little bit here and see if we can get past this block point. If it doesn't, you might have to resync your entire node again, which is a simple process. You can do it through the advanced tab right here. rescan wallet. So make sure you do change the refresh height. This one's at 79. I would recommend going from 0. It's actually not letting me do it there. So if you go into settings here, you can scroll down, you can do it here. So if you put 0 or 1 or whatever, start from the beginning of the blockchain, hit update, it will then go through everything and restore it all from scratch. So this is one way to do it. This could fix a lot of issues as well. Again, I just did everything through my own node, but other options are available. All right, so even with the hash vault node, it doesn't seem like it wants to sync up. It's been sitting here for about 10-15 minutes and it's still stuck at the exact same block height. So I'm just going to leave it at this. I did get the rest of my audits done. I did have to use my local node. So if you are running into issues until the nodes and stuff seem to be fixed more or something, or at least fixed, I would just recommend downloading the CLI wallet, running your own node by running that Zephyr D file, and then just linking your normal wallet to your own node by simply coming into here, disconnecting, and then running in local Zephyr node right here, connect, and that will connect to your own node on your host. Make sure they're both on the same computer. At that point, you should get moving forward. That's what I did, and it seemed to work. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.